Hello everyone, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to do my review for the 1991 movie Child's Play 3. This one is directed by Jack Bender, who's mostly known for directing episodes of TV shows such as The Sopranos and Game of Thrones. He's directed some TV movies as well, but I think this is probably one of very few, if not the only, or one of very few, if not the only movie that he's directed that went to theaters. But I don't know 100%. I don't think he's really done much else besides this, as far as movies go. It's once again written by Don Mancini, who wrote the first two movies as well. In this one, Chucky gets brought back to life again when they are cleaning out the factory because they're wanting to reopen it and relaunch the Good Guy dolls. So when they do that, some of the blood from Chucky's body accidentally gets mixed in within the chemicals that they're using to make the plastic for the doll, and when it happens, it brings him back to life, which also makes me wonder why it was just one doll brought back to life. If they were using the plastic to create a bunch of different dolls, why only one of them is brought back. I think though that my only guess is maybe that they just used the one thing that they were using to make him as the first doll. Because they did say that he was the first one made, so I'm guessing that's why. But if not, if the blood did get in it and they were making a batch of the dolls, then why is he the only one that came to life? I'm not 100% on that, but anyway, after he kills the CEO of the toy company, who we had a little introduction to in the first movie. The last movie, not the first movie, the second one. He looks up Andy and finds out that he's at a military academy and ships himself there. And when Chucky gets to the academy, he meets a younger military student named Tyler, and he's pretty much the rest of the movie is Chucky planning on trying to transfer his soul into Tyler instead of Andy. Andy's trying to find Chucky and stop him before he gets to Tyler, and it's pretty much the whole movie. It's really slow burner. Chucky kills people through different parts of the movie, and some of the kills are really good and everything. One of them was actually kind of funny. When Sergeant Cochran, which is like one of the leaders at the camp, or not camp, academy, gets he just sees Chucky, and it scares him so bad that he just dies from it. It scares him so bad, and it's just hilarious. And Chucky's like, "Are you effing kidding me?" And it's like, really? And that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I just think it's hilarious. And then my other favorite part is when he kills the barber, who always, after he gives a haircut, says, "Presto, you're bald," which every time we see him cut somebody's hair, they're actually far from bald. But when Chucky kills him, he's like, "Presto, you're dead." Just great kill, and you see the blood going all over the place because he slits his throat. And it's one of my favorite kills in the movie. Um, the the cast mostly is pretty good, and Brad Dourif is always great as Chucky. Um, he has some of my favorite one-liners and stuff in this one. Um, uh, Justin Whalen takes over playing Andy this time because Alex Vincent was still too young, because the movie's set 8 years after Child's Play 2, which I kind of wish I would have just had it where Andy was still a little boy and had him in the academy. They could have even brought him and Kyle both back and had them in the academy or something. Well, Kyle might have been too old, but they could have still at least had it younger Andy in there, because he would have been about the same age as Tyler. But I think they were wanting to do something new with a new kid, and just kind of keep Andy in there as a supporting character. But well, actually Tyler seemed more like a supporting character, but like have Andy as a background. I was kind of surprised they didn't have him killed off in this one, but I'm glad they didn't. I thought he was gonna die a couple times, and I'm still really glad they didn't kill him, because of course of stuff later on in the series. But I don't think Justin Whalen was as bad as most people said he was. He wasn't as good as Alex Vincent, of course, but I think he did a pretty good job for this movie, and he was believable as Andy. In some ways, I could kind of see him as an older version of Alex Vincent in a way. But I thought he did a good enough job. Most of the other cast are mostly people that I've never really seen any other stuff, or don't think I have anyway. Perry Reeves plays Andy's love interest, De Silva. Oh, I think her first name was Kristen, but the whole movie they call her De Silva. She's pretty likable. One of the standout characters. She plays her very well, and the chemistry between her and Justin Whalen worked good and everything. I kind of wish she would have had a little bit more to do, but she was good. Jeremy Silvers plays Tyler, and a lot of people don't like him. They hate it. A lot of people hate the character of Tyler, and they don't like him for some reason. I don't get why, because Jerry Silvers did a really good job playing him. A lot like Alex Vincent was. He's pretty believable in the movie, and he's a likable character, and I actually kind of hope that we either see him in the Child's Play TV show or one of the future sequels. They're bringing back characters from previous movies, so I'm hoping that maybe he'll be one of the ones they bring back, and that would be really cool. Then you have Dean Jacobson playing Whitehurst, who is Andy's roommate and one of his friends. He's a nerdy guy. Throughout the movie, he's usually really kind of he's always picked on, and then he sees Chucky. He's totally terrified of him. He's scared to tell anybody about him because he's scared that Chucky will kill him. But he gets crapped on a lot in the movie. The characters are just really, really mean to him. It's one of the, and he goes out a hero. He's one of the best characters in the movie. I think that his death was probably the saddest in the franchise. And he jumps on that grenade to save everybody's life, and a lot of these people picked on him and all that, and he gave his life to save them. And I thought that was really honorable death, and very, very sad one too. And then you have Travis Fine as Sheldon, one of the worst characters in the movie. He's just total douchebag. He made Phil from the last one look really nice, and he just was really, really big jerk. He was one of the ones that when he did die, it was really satisfying. I kind of wish he would have gotten a more gruesome death, but he was slow. He just was really, really unlikable and everything. And then, Andrew Robinson played Sergeant Botnick, the barber that I mentioned a few minutes ago. He was really good as the character. I wish we would have had a little bit more screen time with him too, but there was just something about him. He was a kind of a jerk, but he was likable still too, and except until he started being really mean to Whitehurst, and then kind of made his death justifiable. Plus, like I said, his death is one of the best scenes in the movie. Probably my favorite death in the movie for sure. But the cast worked really good. I didn't think any of them were really that bad. The score this time was done by Corey Larios and John DeAndre, and the score for this one was pretty good. It wasn't near as good as the score for the second movie, but it was still pretty good. Still pretty intense at times and everything, and the cinematography on this one was good. Actually a lot better than the first two. There were more outdoor scenes, and like the forest shots were done really well and everything. I thought the cinematography was better than the first two. And the ending of the movie was just done very well. I absolutely love the whole haunted house carnival at the carnival thing, where the entire end of the movie takes place and they defeat Chucky and everything. I love that. Just really great sets and cool different little. It made it feel like it was a real haunted house attraction that you would find at a carnival or a fair or amusement park or whatever. But the set was just done very great. I'm not sure who designed all of that, but they were great. They did a great job on that. Chucky's death was really, really cool, but that kind of also is a little bit confusing if you watch Bride of Chucky. I mean, Tiffany stitches them all back up and everything, but at the end of this, when he falls into the fan, he like explodes. There's really not anything left of him to really stitch back together. So, but I never really thought about that very much until I rewatched it this time. But he exploded. There was parts of him going everywhere. It was disgustingly awesome. But yeah, I'd say this is a pretty solid entry. The pacing is a little bit slower than the first two, and slower than I think it should have been, but it's still a decent movie. Not the best in the series, but I also don't think it's as bad as everybody says either. I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. I really don't think it was really that bad, but I don't think it was extremely great either. Just a good movie, not anything extremely special or anything, but anyway, that's my review for Child's Play 3. Feel free to like and subscribe. If you like horror movies. There's a group on Facebook, Killer Flicks. Definitely check that out. And you can also check out my group, Movie Talk and Reviews, that post reviews and just talk about movies in there. It don't matter what the genre is, except for porn, of course, but can't really talk about that in there. But anyway, also you can like my Facebook page, Overboy1992, and if there's any reviews, movie series rankings, or top 10 lists you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments, and I'll get to them as quick as I can. And thank you, and have a good night.